What's up, guys? MMAGAME here, bringing you another video. This is the next episode of EA Sports UFC 101, where I'll be giving you tips on every aspect of the game as much as I can, and also answering all of your questions that you may have about the topic in the comments. So make sure to leave any questions down there. Also, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. In this episode, we will be talking about the ground game, and I think that this is the biggest issue most people have, and the biggest area where people do need to work on is the ground game. But I can tell you this, it's so deep. The ground game in this game goes so deep. It's easy to use, but very, very difficult to master, and the level of depth really cannot fully be completely explained in one video, but I'm gonna do my best. Basically, in the previous episode, we talked about takedowns, so that's just how you get the fight to the ground with a takedown. There's other ways as well, but if you find yourself on the ground, I'm going to do my very best to help you out. And basically, if you haven't done just the normal tutorials yet, go check that out. Also, check out the tutorial videos on the official EA Sports YouTube channel. Once you've watched all those and then still can't quite get it, that is where I'll be coming in and trying to help you guys. So basically, the ground game. Most time I see so many people unranked who just simply don't know how to escape mount, or they get put on the ground and they don't know how to block any really transitions. People know how to block transitions from the top, but I don't see a lot of blocking from the bottom. It's happening a little bit more. You can see people get better now, but basically what you want to do is when you're on the bottom is you want to watch your stamina, just like in the stand-up, just like for the takedowns. It's all about stamina, and so you never want to find yourself on the bottom with low stamina, because it's not going to be good. You're going to take bigger damage from punches, and you're going to be easily submitted. Number one tip on the ground is to watch your stamina. When you block in certain positions or hold block, it actually drains your stamina down. So don't always keep your finger on the R2, because it will actually drain your stamina in some positions. So keep an eye on it. If it's going down, let off, and just take your hand off the control a little bit, let your stamina go back up, and then start doing stuff, start blocking some transitions. The more you play, the more you'll get. Basically, when you block a transition, it's either right or left. You only have two options. So that's that. But you also can block other things like submissions. You can hold people down. It's very in-depth. But mainly, the blocking of transitions, the main one you want to look out for is half guard. When you're on half guard bottom, a lot of people like to just do the advanced transition up into mount. So what you want to do there is just, depending on what side they're on, you want to just hold R2 and either left or right, depending on which way. It's like toward the inside. So if you do it to the outside, that's when they go to the side control. That'll block that. Usually most people just go straight into mount, so it's pretty easy to block that as long as you have enough stamina and you press the block early enough. If you press it too late or don't have as much stamina, then they're still going to get it. But even if they do get it, the way you escape mount, you want to hold L1 and then do a transition. What that is an advanced transition, and that will bring you back. When they're postured down, it'll bring you back into half guard bottom. Now, if they're postured up punching you, what you want to do is block one of the punches, and then right after the block, do the same thing. L1 and transition, which is an advanced transition. So you block, advanced transition, and it'll go right back into half guard down. The other option is, because some fighters, wrestlers in particular, don't actually have this transition into half guard down. So what you want to do with them is block and then just do a normal transition, which will roll you. You'll give up your back. So you don't want to do this if you have super low stamina. But if you do have stamina, you want to roll to your back and then block your head, because they're usually going to throw some punches from the back. You can actually hold R2 and up on the right analog to block a submission if you think they're going to go for a rear naked choke, which they're really only going to go for that if your stamina is kind of low. So you do want to do that sometimes, and if you do get a successful block, your stamina will go up a little bit after that, so you will have more stamina. But if you don't want to block the submission, or you don't think they're going to do it, you can just hold the same thing, block, and then do an advanced transition with L1, and then that will grab a leg and put you back into half control bottom. So then you've got to half guard bottom. Now from there you can transition into guard bottom, or you can just click in the L3 to try to stand up, and it just really depends. When you're on the bottom, you want to mix in blocking strikes, blocking transitions, and also you don't want to be too defensive. You actually want to be going for transitions yourself. So it's a delicate balance, and the only way you can really get the feel for this balance and when to do what is from playing it and from practice. So there's no just easy way to get out of the bottom, especially if the guy on top is good at the grappling department. You really got to mix it up, and you really have to practice to be able to see what he's doing in his timing and when to do what, and how to kind of, you really got to mix it up with stand-up transitions, advanced transitions, blocking, and stuff like that. So also, if their stamina gets low from the bottom, you can go from submissions for submissions as well. Even a lot of fighters have the submission from side control bottom. They have a submission, and I've catch a lot of people with that submission because they don't see that coming. They think that they're in side control and they're safe with low stamina, but they're actually not. So make sure you know your fighter, know his submissions, and I hope this video has helped you out with the ground game. And I mostly talk about the bottom, but it's the same for the top. If you're on the top, you're trying to punch people, you can actually finish a lot of people, and you can get a lot of damage done on top just by being busy with strikes, because a lot of the people on the bottom aren't used to being just hit constantly, from the bottom. So I finish a lot of people from guard top because a lot of people in that position think that they can just get the easy sweep. So be active with your punches, but watch your stamina at the same time. I usually like to throw punches when my opponent's stamina is as low as I think it'll get and mine's as high as I think it'll get, to do the max damage. And this will really get a lot of damage done in a short period of time, and it'll sort of catch a lot of people off guard with that. But that's all I could basically think to cover about the ground game in this video. If you have any questions, again, leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Also follow me on Twitch TV and Twitter. Till next time, this has been MMAGAME. Peace.